Hi, I'm Mark Hayden from IntelliWolf, and this is an introduction to CSS. In this video, we're going to cover what CSS is and how to read it. Most websites use a combination of HTML and CSS to display the web page the way that a developer wanted. So HTML is the structure and content of the web page, while CSS is how it looks. If you're brand new to this, I encourage you to watch our other videos on understanding HTML and how to put a basic web page together. You don't need to remember this, but CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. It's the specific rules we use to tell browsers how our web page should look. So the format is selector, then a curly bracket, then a property, colon, a value, semicolon, close bracket. In time, this will become second nature to you. So let's have a look at an example. So we've got body, selector, which we've dealt with before, the body tag. So this says set the body to a width of 50%. I'll go through what it actually looks like in a minute. But this one, the body tag, the property is width and the value is 50%. Follows the same formula, and here is operating on the paragraph tag, where we've got a couple of different properties and values. So color red, font size 40 pixels. A lot of them are going to make sense, intuitive sense. So over here, let's do the body one. So this is the web page that we built in the previous video. So say we set the body, curly bracket, the width, and 50%, semicolon, close that, save that, and then when we refresh this, see, it changed the width. So now, let's delete that, and P, what did we do? We did color, and for my Australian and UK friends, unfortunately we have to use the American spelling. So color red, and font size 40 pixels. Now, this is going to be huge, red and huge. So if you notice, if you remember from the previous ones, this is a heading 2 and this is a heading 1. So those aren't affected. It's only the paragraph. So then to make it a little easier for us to read, do like this. There are several ways of doing it, doing the layout. Pick something that makes sense to you, that is easy to read. As long as you've got the semicolons at the end and the colons, you've got it all set out correctly, then that's fine for the browsers. They don't really care. I mean, you can have no spaces at all, and they will be able to read it perfectly. That's what that is. Must have hit insert. Sorry about that. Font size. So we save that, and it's going to refresh. It's going to be exactly the same. Put it back how it was. Good. All right. So now, body. And close that. You've got to remember to, when you open, you have to close. Otherwise, it'll break. So we've got the width here. There's a lot of other things that you can do. There's so many different ways. This is merely scratching the surface. So there's so many ways that you can use CSS to manipulate the way that a web page looks. In the next video, I'll show you how to connect a CSS file to a HTML file and introduce you to two very useful selectors. If you remember, this is a selector and this is a selector. I'll introduce you to two very useful selectors, the class and the ID. I'll see you then.